Hi everyone, welcome back to Metanoia. My name is Carrie Jane. Last week we did a video on repeating number 666, and this week the topic is repeating number sequence 777. Now, if you haven't done so already, please watch my video on why are we seeing repeating numbers in the first place. And do that before you watch all my other videos because there's something to be said about the phenomenon itself, not just each number sequence individually. Also, I'm a numerologist. If you've been following my work and would like to schedule a reading with me, please go to the links in the description. There are two. One is to my Etsy account, which is the way you schedule a personal reading, and the other is to my Patreon account. And with that, I offer monthly readings for everyone that are based on the number of that month for the collective as a whole. And then I look at your guys' birthdays and I discuss what you may be going through at this time. And then after that, I pull a card for the group, and it's a great time. Come join us. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope that this offers a piece of information or some insight that gets you on your way to understanding the number 7 and why you might be seeing this number sequence. So as I do with every one of these videos, I'm going to start off with just explaining the number 7 itself. The number 7 is all about faith. It's about intuition, knowledge, and wisdom. It's a very airy type of number. So think, matters of the mind, things of that nature. And to me, 7 represents spirituality in all of its forms. It is the ethereal plane. It's the reciprocal of the number 8, which is everything on the material plane. And so just keep that in mind when you see that number, that is the core meaning of the number 7. There are many reasons as to why you could be seeing this repeating number. I have in my own life experienced this number for many, many different things. And then when I would go and research it and read about it and watch other videos on the subject, it was also quite diverse. So I'm going to do the best I can to kind of put this all together. I've excluded some stuff that I don't necessarily agree with that much, but also I've incorporated a lot of stuff that's very common that I know that I've experienced myself and agree with based on my knowledge of the 7. And so just for starters, I think that one of the common reasons why we're all seeing this number sequence is very situational to that particular day, that particular moment that you saw the number. You should do this with every single number sequence. You should always be, thinking about, well, what was I thinking just now? Or what has been this day? What has been the theme of this day? But this is especially true, I think, for this number. And that is because often when we're starting our awakening process or we're in the thick of it, doesn't really matter. When we're on this journey, there are moments of clarity that we have where we're just, for whatever reason that day, we're a lot more centered, we're a lot more connected to love, and that is where we are working from. And so when you're having that kind of day, when you have this kind of high vibe, high consciousness thought, or just general energy that you're moving through at that time, and you see this number sequence, it's a very positive sign. It's like, yes. A lot of people say it's like applauding you, and I agree with that. It's a confirmation of that. It's reflecting it back at you. It says you are in alignment with your higher purpose, and this is what you're meant to be doing, and we all see you doing this, and we love you, and we love that you're embarking on this journey of love. And because of your work with your higher purpose, you are on a fast track, or rather on a road to somewhere amazing, to a miracle essentially. And it doesn't matter how long it's going to take. It might take a very long time. Like if you just started a project, they say it takes 10 years to be an overnight success or something like that. And then, what is success is another topic for another video. But, nonetheless, what I'm trying to say is that It's a sign that you are doing what you're meant to be doing. It's going to be awesome. You may, when we're going through these awakening processes, we often have like a dream in mind. It's like once we align with our purpose, it's like we do see a sort of end result to that. We do sort of see like what manifests from that, whether it be a home that you really want to make for yourself, or being able to support yourself with your service. And being, for me, it's like I wish I could be selfless and be able to be independent financially at the same time. So we all have these dreams that we want to accomplish in this life, and I think when you're seeing this number repeatedly and you're working through this dream, it's a very positive sign that it's happening and it's going to happen. Because of the choices, keyword here is choices, because of the choices that you've made up to this point, it's going to happen now. So what a wave of relief this brings. And so I think also this is what ties into faith, and 7 is all about faith. So when we see this number, we also should have faith that the miracle is going to happen. Do not quit a minute before the miracle. That's a very common saying, and that's all about the 7. And so that's another thing to keep in mind when you're seeing this number. The number 7 itself is also, as we said in the beginning, a very intuitive number. It's a very psychic number. So you might be having very specific intuitive feelings about something. Could be anything. Maybe it's something with your life, but maybe that just day in particular, you're like, for whatever reason, I feel like I have to take a different route to work, or I was going to start the day off with doing this, but I feel like I should start doing this, and you follow that intuition, and you're like seeing this number. It's a good sign. It's like saying, yes, you should be following your intuition at this time. And the examples that I gave were kind of very simple things that happen on a day-to-day basis, but it doesn't have to be. It could be like a huge project, like for whatever reason I feel like I need to devote all my energy to this for the rest of my life. It's possible that, like, yes, right now you should be doing this work, and it will have huge impacts later on. I don't talk about this every single video, but if you want to get a sense of a repeating number, it's also really good to add the digits together and then reduce it to a number and see what number that is. For 777, it's the number 3. And so if you watch that video, you we talked all about mind, body, and spirit. I mentioned that I thought that was very much an ascension, air quotes, an ascension sequence. And because 777, 3 sevens in particular, not 2, because those 3 numbers add to 3, I also very much think that combined with the 7's number of faith and spirituality and everything divine, with reducing it to that 3 number, 777 to me is the ultimate ascension number. It's a sign for a lot of us that we are, again, air quotes, ascending, and to all of us that kind of means something different. But basically it is like we are transforming. It's an extremely transformational number. It's like the way that this ends will not be how it began. And it's awesome. It's really exciting. Having said that, though, I want to kind of dive into the complications of this sequence. Like maybe you're not living your best life right now. Maybe you're going through a little bit more of a dark soul period, or maybe you're in the middle of this process, right? And you're coming up on some bumps and some obstacles. You might be in the trough of this valley, in your low points. And if you're in that place and you're seeing this number over and over again, this could be a reminder to not neglect mind, body, and spirits, but also be very, very careful about your diet. And I'm not just talking about food, okay? It could be, but it's like 7 is, as we said, intellect. So think about like the information that you're allowing yourself to have on a daily basis. We have other diets, okay? We have, things that we're consuming through the media, through books that we're reading, through music that we listen to. through the people that we allow ourselves to be around. And there's lots of toxic people, or just not necessarily toxic people, but just people who are not in alignment with our higher purpose, and who we don't need, and we actually might need to shed in order to, like I said, be in alignment with this higher purpose. So if you've been watching this video and you haven't really related too much of what I was saying, and you're kind of, you don't feel the magic of this divine presence of the seven, and you're a little bit more down, that is what this could mean for you. It's like you need to be you need to like kind of go inward a bit. It's like seven is all about the inward journey. It's kind of like the hermit energy. And so it could be a sign from the universe saying that if you want to get out of this, you really have to stop, maybe turn away from certain things, maybe stop watching that, maybe take a break from your friends, okay? Take time for yourself, and work on your own ideology. What do you believe in? What really, what is your why? Like, why are you doing what you're doing? Asking the really, really big questions, which is what the seven is all about. So that's basically everything that I have to say right now about this number sequence. I just want to wrap it up with saying that the world needs you. Whatever service that you have to offer, whatever thing that you're meant to create while you're here to share with others, for others to then be transformed and possibly go through their own awakening process and their own journey. It could be anything. There is like an infinite number of ways to be a light worker, so to speak, or to be an earth angel, which is the seven essentially, on a very deep level, on a very esoteric level. You're meant to be here. And so, when you see this number, everything above, everything that I just said in this video, keep in mind, have faith, and it's all going to work out. You're doing great work, but also just keep in mind, like, you're supposed to be doing something here, and the world needs you, and the world needs that thing. So thank you all so very much for watching again, and please comment below your experience with this number. Please like and subscribe, and if you want to be notified about my videos, hit the little bell so that you can be notified when I do post something. And in doing these things, it will help me serve my purpose and help, others find my videos, those who are meant to. So I'll see you all very soon. I hope you guys are having a lovely week wherever you are. Next week we'll be repeating number 888. And until then, take care.